To be honest, I don't really remember too much about how it started, as I first went for this level on October 8th, 2025. That was the first mention I remember I saw the level. And it started out really well. I remember that. And I thought it was going to be a quick little second hardest. It matched my skill set pretty well. It's a wave based level. I'm wave carried. It was a 9 circle level. It wasn't even complex wave or anything like that, so that was going to be pretty easy. And it started out really easy. It was really fun. And then I finally got my first run about a week after, if I remember. I got my first run on August 19th, so about 10 days after I started, and it was 40 to 100. Now I don't quite remember my experience with it, but watching the clip back and the description itself, this is already where it started to go downhill. It was annoying to get that run. I died past 60, according to me from 8 months ago, around 20 times. And the only clips I have past that, since this was so long ago, I got 74, and that's about where I dropped it.
Oh my god. This is so real. I love dying here. This level's so fun. I love this level.
Like, I crashed out when I got to 74. That was the worst death of all time. And if I go through my screenshots, I'll see if I can find some. I'll probably have plenty of terrible deaths. I distinctly remember having a death to, I think it's 63, where I did a CBF frame perfect death from 0. I clipped into the wall. It wasn't a moving object, and as I was going up in the wave, I just died for no reason in the wall. And it wasn't a moving object. I didn't release. I just died. I think that was officially the point of no return, and I kind of gave up then. But that, like, when I was first playing this level, was the most mad a level has ever made me. I thought there would be nothing worse than Unknown, and this level somehow managed to top it. It was a terrible experience, and I'm pretty sure any of my friends that were there with me when I was playing this level can vouch for that. The funny thing is, I never would have even thought about coming back to this level if it wasn't for this guy in the Geometry Creator server, who made a layout with the song that Rigel uses. And I was just joking. I was like, it's terrible because it uses Rigel's song, and I hate Rigel. I showed the screenshot, obviously. But anyways, I thought, well, it's been a long time since I played Rigel, and Rigel still matches my skill set. I've improved a lot, so I can just try it for fun since I'm bored right now. Within 500 attempts in like 30 minutes, I got the level in 2 runs again, with 40 to 100, and if I remember correctly, around 50, I think it's 53, something like that. And so I decided, you know what, I'll go and finish this level off just for the history, basically, because it was a terrible level. Maybe I can finish off now, especially since it was actually fun starting out once again. And then it started going downhill. See, even though it only took 500 attempts to get there, it took another 2,500 to actually beat the level. And this wasn't just like it getting harder from the beginning. I kept getting so unlucky. It was insane. I ended up getting 40 to 100 several times, and 49 to 100 several times. And I kept dying to the second wave from 0 over and over, and I don't know why. Like, I even got first wave to ending several times in a row. Not several times in a row, but several times. And many runs to 100. And it was crazy. Like, you would think with how many runs I got to 100, with how fast I was doing it, I'd be able to beat the level fast. Yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't do it from 0. And a big part of it was I kept dying to ending, like the last 40% ending, even though I would consider ending like the last 50% because the last part of the wave is super easy by it, I guess. I had 10 deaths, just recent, 10 deaths to ending, in 2 days. I even had 2 inning attempts in a row, and I'm pretty sure I have a clip of it. If I do, then I'll show it real quick. But this kind of it for how it went with the past few days that I did playing the level again. It was just really, really terrible because I kept dying to the same things over and over and over, despite me starting out so well, so strong. I just took hours and hours to beat it after starting so strong, and it just really pissed me off. But a lot of the reasons it was really bad this time is going to be in part 3. Now there's one thing I forgot about it, but my worst death in the level was 85%. If you play Rigel at all, you know that 85% is basically glass cooking. The level ends at 86%. And you can't die to 85%. Like, you can die to 85%, but if you do, that just automatically makes you like top 10 luckiest victors of all time, because it is so hard to die to 86. It's one of the easiest parts of the ending, or die to 85, but you know what I mean. And on top of that, I died to 80 twice from 0. Like, my ending luck was just not good. It was actually crazy.
Oh my god, no!
I know, hold on. I know, hold on. Alright, now I'm gonna try my best to not sound as mean towards my family in this section, because it just was frustrating. But a lot of my unluckiness and anger with this level came primarily from the fact that I don't have my own room right now. Right now my computer is in the foyer, which is connected to the kitchen and living room with no gap in between or anything like that. So almost all throughout the day I hear constant noises, not noises and small noises and stuff like that. And the walls are thin too, so even my room itself is sometimes not quiet, but obviously going to be quieter than in here where all the noise is open without any gap, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sensitive to any noise. Like, it can be the slightest noise, like slight chatter from the TV can be a distraction for me, or like running water can be a distraction for me, not just loud stuff. So you know, when it gets loud, I start to get really pissed off because I can't focus. And there were several times while playing this level again where I would get really consistent, and I think the reason I was not able to beat this level as fast is I would get really consistent and far into the level, and there would be some loud bang or some loud noises, or people start talking really loud, and it would be rude of me to just tell them shut up, especially if I'm far something. Like, that's usually my reaction. If it's my friends or something, I can say shut up because they'll understand, but I can't really tell that to my family. And even like telling them to be more quiet, it's not really something they're doing on purpose. It's not them being loud just to be loud, you know what I mean? Like, they can't really help it. Sometimes it'll be like the banging of pots or stuff like that, just from them trying to get them out, stuff like that. Or what, the first day, what I had to stop playing for, my grandma started vacuuming during me being really consistent, and you know, it's not really her fault for vacuuming, it needed to be done. But that just really made me mad, because for the past 3 hours in, I was dealing with the heat of their cooking, the sound of their cooking, and stuff like that. And once again, it's not stuff against them. I mean, it's stuff that had to be done. I just so happened to be near them while playing. So this noise really bothered me, and I started to get more and more mad as it kept dying really far into the level, and primarily due to noises and distractions around me. And then she finally came right behind me with the vacuum cleaner, and I lost it. I didn't yell at them or anything, obviously, that'd be terrible, but I ended up crashing out basically and just quitting the game. Then I stopped playing. Like, I should have beaten it that day. I was getting really far, which is another part of why I was mad. I was like, I should have beat it this day, but I can't because of so much noise. And it just really threw me off and pissed me off, and ended up making me more unlucky just because I couldn't focus. Now, the second day of playing, it was much more smooth because most of the time my dad was out of the house and my grandma was upstairs, so I didn't have to deal with that much noise the second day until my dad got back and he started working outside. Now, this wouldn't be an issue if I didn't have to get involved, but obviously I had to get involved at some point, or else I wouldn't be mentioning this. I had to go outside in the middle of one of my most consistent, like when I was most consistent, I got like 3 second wave attempts in a row or something like that. Regardless, it was really consistent, but I was still mad because I kept dying really far in at the same time. So it pissed me off even more when I got told to go outside, get the wheelbarrow in like 100-degree weather, and wasn't actually that hot, but it felt like it, and move a bunch of bricks and put bricks up. Luckily, thankfully, it didn't take that long, but of course I was still exhausted, or not really exhausted, but it was just very hot after, so I thought, well, fuck, I'm fucked. My consistency is gonna leave me, because usually not doing it for like two minutes, my consistency is gone. Thankfully, it wasn't. It took me a second to get it back, but it wasn't. And then I had to go back outside again, not too long after, to put more bricks up, or something like that. And that made me more mad. But I was lucky enough for me to beat it shortly after. Thankfully. And since that was a quiet day, I was able to beat it. And really, this isn't just an issue with Rigel. It's been an issue with almost every level I've played now. And I've also been getting more mad just from the noises and stuff. And I don't really know why my computer just isn't in my room anymore. I asked my dad if I can put it back in my room, and he said no. I know originally it was because I was too loud and staying up too late, but the only thing that changes now, I'm quieter because usually they're super nosy, so I can't really VC with anybody, and it's just been kind of isolating, and with nothing else to focus on but the other noises and stuff, I just get angrier way easier now because all I have to focus on is my mistakes, really, if that makes sense. And I don't really have friends to alleviate that. I can't really talk to them anymore. I would really like to have my computer back in my room, but I just don't really see it happening anytime soon, sadly. But yeah, almost every completion I've had since my computer's been taken out of my room has been when everybody has been gone, because I've been able to focus the best then. And it's kind of just become a pattern, so I've slowly been getting more mad about the noise, because I know I could be doing better right now if I had a quiet room, such as my room. So it's just been really frustrating not having my computer in my room anymore. And really, I should talk about it, but I don't know, it's just been kind of hard to confront my parents about anything recently. I don't know why, I'm just really bad at it. But that finally wraps up everything I have to say about Rigel and everything else. So I'll finally show the completion. Bye bye. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god, finally. Fuck you, Dan 2D. Never make levels ever again. Your level sucks.